See, the feeling of I exist is all that suffering is. There are a lot of philosophers talking about the I. I'm not talking about the real big names. I'm talking about some people who have read some philosophy and then think that they know. Fortunately, I really had this experience of, the feeling of I exist is the suffering. Don't make a philosophy around that thing. I took LSD like some months before I had my awakening with a friend, and it suddenly dawned on me that something isn't right. We have a problem here. I had this deep existential question. Why are we suffering even? What is the cause of all suffering? I had no idea about, the teachings of the Buddha. And I was asking my friend, do you have an idea what is suffering? She had no idea. After I think hours of thinking, I came to the conclusion, I exist. That's the problem. That's the suffering. I told her, listen to me. I think I found out why the sense of suffering exists. She was like, what is it? I feel like I exist. She was like, oh my God. I feel like I exist. That's the problem. All right. If I only knew back then that the thinking, the philosophizing around that thing, the thinking itself, the wanting to find out what suffering is the feeling of I exist. Didn't know that. So the thinking itself gives you this illusion of I exist. It's just a thought. There's no I that exists and is thinking the thought. There's just a thought. I didn't know that back then, but I knew that the feeling I exist is the cause of suffering. A few weeks or months later, I think I had this sudden experience of merging with everything, and it wasn't like it felt like a really, really cool mystical experience. But now I know it's something that's very simple. It's just that the thought is also just part of everything else. It's not I, subject, thought in a world. It's just world. There's a clock ticking in the other room. There's a thought. There's a wall. There's a feeling. I don't care about the clock ticking. I don't care about the wall. I don't care about the thought. I don't care about the feeling. So it's all just one appearance, and I'm none of those things. That's all that happened. So there was this clear understanding, non-conceptual understanding. There was no Alan Watts needed for this. There was no philosophy needed to see this in a raw experience, that form is truly emptiness, and that's it. Everything is what I call, when I had this experience, I called it the ever-present spirit. It's just I don't know where this came from, this word. It felt like it's a spirit moving in front of me, like consciousness is not invisible and form is visible. It's that form is consciousness. And that's why I was looking at a tree, and I knew that tree was God, because the tree is not a form. It is the spirit. If you want to call it spirit, you can say it's consciousness. If you want to call it consciousness or nothingness, or it doesn't matter. Now I know I don't exist. That's the paradox. It's because there's a form. But if you would zoom into this thing, like with some scientific tools, I don't know what they're called, you would see that there's nothing to find. It's empty. Like everywhere you look, it's just atoms, scientists say. But if you zoom more deeply into it, you would see that there's nothing at all. We're just energy appearing as something. And it's not even energy, it's really nothing. It's really just deep sleep, appearing to be awake. But we never woke up. We were never born. And this is nothing to philosophize about. I have a lot of philosophizing warriors in my comments, and I'm deleting all of those. Not because I don't like philosophy, I like it, but they are, to explain it in a very simple way, you are nothing at all. You are so nothing, you are not even nothing. Appearing as something, you are conditioning yourself to believe that you are a person, but that's not enough for you. You even have to become a philosopher, and then the philosopher thinks about his true nature and actually believes the things that he thinks, and then he thinks he knows, but he knows absolutely nothing. It's just words in the brain. That's it. When he's talking, he's not talking from the heart, he's talking from knowledge. Knowledge is dead. That's why I'm deleting all these comments, because they want to argue. I'm not arguing. First I tried to argue. I wanted them to see. But then there was just this epiphany that they don't want to see. This channel is here just for the people that want to see. And I appreciate you guys and girls. So that's what I want to say. But of course, also that is the eternal spirit. God is always trying to play a cosmic joke on you. He's tricking you because he likes to laugh. At first he makes you suffer so that you can realize that it was just nothing, and then you laugh. It's also not denial. Thinking that you know something about life is the denial. The raw experience. It's like, really, if there's only raw experience, you deny every form of belief, because you are a free spirit. As soon as this free, it's just that's also a concept. You are not a spirit. I've never seen a spirit in my whole life. There is just spirit. You're not one spirit in the world. There's just spirit. But let's just talk about it in this way. You could say, a free spirit. As soon as this form believes in a belief, you are trapped. You feel like you're suffering. You feel like you exist. You feel like you have to protect your belief system. It's empty. You have no belief system. You are free. That's what I like about it. That's basically it. The one who wants to say, yeah, but I have read this book and it said that it's more like this. I don't agree with your philosophy. It's not a philosophy. You cannot disagree on what I say. Look, silence. Can you disagree with that? I am not here to put some more bullshit in your mind. I'm here to free you. I am you pushed out so that you can remind yourself that you have to get rid of all these thoughts, because thoughts are just like the singing of a bird, meaningless. It's really just get rid of what you're not. Seems like the life force doesn't want me to say any more things. It suddenly stopped, and I think it's time to end this video, and that's it. Yeah, that was really spontaneous. But if you have a question, leave a comment, like this video, subscribe, and have a great day.